Losing my voice. It's me, Poppy Rain here. I know I haven't been on in a while. I know I said I was going to start doing weekly lives because, like, I don't have a lot of phone storage and whatever. Haven't been able to make regular videos lately. So I've been doing a lot more lives. And I haven't done one in over a week. And I'm here to explain why I don't mind my messy hair. I just got up not too long ago. The reason I haven't been on in a while, I've just been really busy lately. And if you guys have been around for the past couple months, you may or may not know that I was expecting. We were due with my first child, Daddy's third, another little boy to add to the family, Traxton Gabriel. And last time I was on here, I want to say I was about 35, 36 weeks pregnant. This pregnancy has not been anything I expected. It's been crazy. So, I think I mentioned in one of my other videos that what are you making?
Bagel.
Oh. Sorry, I was asking Daddy what he was doing because Daddy finally decided to grace us with his presence. Wait, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought, guys. Hi. This pregnancy. Yeah, has not been what I was expecting. At 34 weeks, I found out that I had gestational diabetes. So I was just on the diet for about 2 weeks. Then they ended up having to put me on Levemir, aka insulin. And I was on that for, like a week and a half-ish. And there was a lot of concerns with me being on it. So, a week ago, last Friday, it got put in my file because we have, like, I don't know if all doctors' offices do this, but at least here where I live, we have an online patient portal that gives you, like, all your tests, all your, like, summaries from everything, and test results, and appointment reminders, and your bills, and you can contact your doctor, and blah, blah, blah. All that fun hoo-has. So, I was told, it was put on there that I was going to be induced on July 10th. Now, mind you, he was due July 17th. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. 7 days early, right? He'll be fine. Okay, great. Wasn't too super worried, you know, because obviously the closer they're born to their due date, the less risk there is. Didn't think anything of it, so, you know, called my family, let them know. When I saw that, called Daddy, because he was at work at the time. Let him know so he could put in his leave for work. So we get everything set up, whatever. Because at this point, I'm going to weekly appointments. I had to go to one every week for a non-stress test, and an ultrasound every week, and then go to the doctor to get results. So we go, whatever. So Friday, the 24th, we go to my appointment, right? We're running late. We go to my ultrasound. Everything looks good. They say that he's really smushed up against my bladder. They couldn't really get a good 3D ultrasound of him, because his face was too smushed. Whatever. Because I'm so little. In case you guys don't know, I'm only 4'8". So he really didn't have much room to grow. His feet were like in my ribs, almost. So we do all that. So then we go to my non-stress test, whatever. We do all that. Think nothing of it, whatever, right? Because everything looks good. Blah, blah, blah. We go to my doctor's appointment. We're sitting there waiting. We go check in. You know, we're in the waiting room. I do my pee test. They ask me all the standard blah, 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 bull crap questions. They don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of, like, all the vitals and stuff, because they had already done that at previous appointments, because I had 3 appointments back to back. So you skip a lot of that. So, whatever. So, you know, she tells me, okay, you're getting your strep test, and they want to check my cervix, see how dilated I am. And then I'm like, okay, didn't think anything of it. So doctor comes in. The doctor and the nurse come back in after the nurse is done. Hadn't even talked to doctor, nothing. She hands me this card. She hadn't checked my cervix yet, hadn't done my strep test yet, nothing. And I'm like, I was like, she's like, she hands me the card, and she's like, you need to, oops. She's like, you need to be induced next Sunday. So Daddy's like, oh, the 10th. And I'm like, no. I was thinking whatever that Sunday before the 10th was. They're like, no. I'm freaking out, looking at the card, and I'm like, wait, you mean in 2 days from now? Like the 26th. I'm like, wait, that's in like 2 days. They're like, yeah, like, they meant next Sunday as in the next, not like the next, like not the Sunday coming up after, like literally 2 days. My appointment was, mind you, on the 24th. So here it is, the 26th. Or here it is, they're like, yep, on the 26th. So they do my strep test. I'm upset about the whole thing. I'm like, great, my son's going to be born 3 weeks early. I'm upset, I'm miserable. Like, I'm worried, stressed, whatever, you know. Because who goes in expecting to be like, hey, your baby's going to be delivered 3 weeks early? So she does my strep test, checks my cervix. I'm like almost 3.5 centimeters dilated at this point. Apparently I'd been having Braxton Hicks, which I didn't know. I didn't find that out till I went in to be induced. And at this point, I'd been talking to Mommy again. In case you guys don't remember. In case you're new here. I previously had a Mommy. We stopped talking. It's been like an on and off thing for the last 3 years. Daddy's the only one that's actually stuck around. This time anyways. I mean, now regardless of what happens between us, he's kind of stuck with me the rest of his life. So, I mean, that's a thing. But anyways, even though I've known Daddy since I was 14. We met in high school. I was 14, he was 17. So yeah, so I freaked out. I was like freaking out. She was supposed to come help me do groceries and stuff that night because Daddy had to work. And Kelsey's usually my backup. You guys have probably met, if you guys have been around, you've seen Kelsey in videos before. But she had to work too. She had picked up a shift. Closing shift. Because she was supposed to be, she had taken a bunch of days off for a dance recital she was in, whatever. And then she decided she only really needed the rehearsal day off and the other day. She tried to pick up a couple shifts. So I'm like, okay. So I was talking to her. I was like freaking out. I called my family, everything. Like, yeah, I'm like, so there's issues with the baby. Well, nothing major. It was mainly the fact that he wasn't growing properly because I was too small. So it was funny. So I go through everything. I'm like having a meltdown. Called my mom, called my sister-in-law because I can't always get a hold of my brother to update them. Called my dad. Daddy called his mom and sister and then didn't really update his brother. He actually found out through his girlfriend, who found out through Facebook, because I'm friends with his girlfriend still on Facebook. So then he eventually called and told him. Which I was like, great, this screws up everything because we had the kids this weekend and we couldn't not take them because they had plans. And we actually had to take them Friday. We actually had to take them Friday night when Daddy got out of work. So I'm like, what are we supposed to do with them? Then we were like, okay, well, we'll just send them home early because now that they're out of school, we get them back to our normal. Because technically, so we're supposed to get them every weekend from noon on Saturday to noon on Monday. But during the school year, we get them noon on Saturday to 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever on Monday. And then Daddy drops them off so they can get ready for school, get on the bus, whatever. But then it goes back to noon on during the summer unless Daddy has to work a morning shift on a Monday for some reason, which he hasn't been. Then he'll drop them off on the way to work. He'll take me to work and then go drop them off and then go to work. So I'm like, okay, so we had them at like 10 o'clock Friday night. We're supposed to have them until noon on Monday. And I'm like, well, they want me to go in at 5 on Sunday, so that's kind of a problem. But there was no guarantee I was going to get a bed. So we were supposed to call Friday night to see if they had a bed available. Because I was going to, or Sunday night, sorry. I was going to go in between 5 o'clock Sunday night and 7 a.m. Monday. So we had called his mom, whatever. And she said, yeah, she's like, I'll take them. And then their mom can just pick them up from them, even though no one can stand their mom. And literally, we just do it for the kids' sake, obviously. We have to, we try and be civil and be grown-ups and whatever. But obviously, like, we try and, like, all of us, except for Daddy, obviously, tries to avoid her as much as possible. We try not to deal with her. And Daddy primarily deals with her. Because he can't stand her boyfriend either. But beside the point. So, whatever. So I tell Mommy, we're going to call her Mommy still. We're going to call her B. We'll go with that. That's what I used to call her. You've heard me, if you've been on this channel before, you've heard me refer to her as Queen B. Or B, or Mommy B. We're just going to call her B, because I don't use people's actual names for privacy reasons, unless they want their names given out. Like, I don't use, for YouTube, for here on Instagram, I use my little name, which is Poppy Rain. That is not my legal name. I did give you guys my son's name. And then, on here, we call Daddy Daddy. But obviously, if you guys want to learn more about Daddy and his real name, you can see his given up attempt at a YouTube channel, which I think he should get back into, but whatever he wants to do, that's on him. Because, he's had his channel for about a year and a half, and he's only got 5 subscribers. Guys, I've been on this channel for, 3 years now, I think? 3.5. And it took me that long to get 266 subscribers, and my account keeps skipping and jumping. I haven't been over 268, but I haven't been below 266. It's been coming and going and been really wonky. So you've got your good times and your bad times. So I tell him, don't give up. Just change your content because, I mean, I'm not one to sit and watch people play video games unless it's Kelsey Dangerous. Kelsey and Peach K. I love her Sims videos. Other than that, I don't, unless I need help playing a video game and I'm stuck on something, that's not what I'm into. But if that's what he's into, great. Basically, the best advice I ever learned about being a YouTuber is make the content you want to watch. Don't make content to please other people. I mean, I do to some degree. Like, I'll cater it. Like, I'll ask you guys your opinions, you know. I'll be like, okay, I want to do this topic. So I want to do dolls. Is there a specific type of doll you'd, like, okay. I'm going to talk about, you know, like, is there a specific type of doll you'd like me to review? Or I'm doing, yes, thank you. I'm doing trolls. So I'll do, like, do you want me, like, you know, like, I'll ask your guys' opinion, like, how would you guys like to see the content that like, it's basically, for me, it's basically, how do you want to watch the content that I want to put out? Not what kind of content do you want, it's how do I put it out to you in a way that's interesting to you? The content that I want to make, basically. But anyways, back to my story. So, of course, originally I was supposed to pick B up after I got out of work, because she lives about 5-10 minutes from me now. Then she's like, no, she's like, I have my car. I'll just drop the car off at your house. We'll go in your car. We'll take Rona. And we'll go, because I had to go to Walmart and Dollar Tree. And I was supposed to go to the discount grocery store, but I didn't ever end up getting there, but I want to at some point. Maybe. Because today I have to go do I have to go do a pickup, and obviously I have to go to the hospital, but I'll explain more of that. Hi. So I might go to the discount grocery store, because they have Impossible Burgers on sale. Because normally for, like, a little thing of meat, you get enough meat for, like, 2 or 3 burgers, and it's, like, $5. They have, like, a 4 or 5 pack of already pre-made Impossible Burgers. Because, if you guys know, I don't eat pork or beef. Sorry, I'm still standing in my kitchen. I went to go grab a drink and never did. So, anyways, so she stood me up. Couldn't get a hold of her. I'm like, screw it. So I called Daddy, asked him what to do, because I had to get water and stuff. And obviously, being pregnant, you're on restriction. Can't lift over 25 pounds. And we get I'll show you guys. We get the big cases of water, because I go through a lot of water being pregnant, obviously. I drink 3 to 4 bottles a day. Then the cats drink water. They do not drink bottled water in their fountain right here. They do tap water because it takes too much water. And then they get bottled water for their other water dishes. And then Remy doesn't get bottled water. But anyways, so I can't lift those barely anyways, than being pregnant, even worse. So I asked, get off my stove. So I was like, he's like, whatever, we'll just pick up the water and stuff tomorrow. Which was going to be a pain in the ass for the kids. No, Remy is actually my bunny. My cats are Wyborn, Grimm, and Coraline Mystic. They're named after the movie Coraline. And then Remy is our bunny. His name is actually short for Romulus. His name's Romulus Rue. He is named after, his first name comes from Remy from Ratatouille, because we got him a couple weeks ago. And I wanted him to have a Disney-themed name, because of the baby's theme is Disney. I actually got him like a week before my baby shower. And then Rue is after Kanga and Rue from Winnie the Pooh. Then, I don't know, I just started calling him Romulus, because he reminds me of Cumulus from True and the Magic Colors, if you've ever seen any of those series on Netflix. When I first was little, that was one of my absolute favorite things to watch. That, and Popples, and Shimmer and Shine, and Little Charmers, and Fancy Nancy, and Vampirina. But, and then we've got Coraline Mystic, because I wanted to have a Halloween name. They always do like Smokey or Blackie or something stupid like that for a black cat. So I did Coraline Mystic. Coraline is after the movie Coraline, so love that movie. And Mystic, I just thought it was different and spooky. And then Wyborn Grimm is after the character Wybie, which is short for Wyborn. Why were you born? Which is the boy from Coraline. Because I was going to name him after the cat, but the cat didn't have a name, just called Cat. And then Grimm is after... I have an obsession on Sims with the Grim Reaper and killing Peeping Tom. So it's Grimm, but it's spelled like Brothers Grimm, because I had an obsession for a while with Brothers Grimm and Grimm fairy tales. So anyways, so back to my story. I went to Dollar Tree, did all my shopping. I was getting ready to check out. She finally messages me, and she's like, I fell asleep, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. Which, her two most used excuses for everything are, when she needs money, it's, I have a fine and I'm going to be put in jail, which, you can only pay a fine, you can only pay the same fine so many times, or, I fell asleep. Which is really annoying as well. But anywho, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So she's like, where are you? I told her I was checking out at Dollar Tree and I was about to head over to Walmart. So she asked me which Walmart. I told her, because we have 2 Walmarts. And she's like, okay, I'm on my way. Didn't think she would show up. She's like, meet me, because she apparently only has a phone for Wi-Fi. So she's like, meet me in the toy section, because she knows always where I am. But lately it's been baby section, not toys. So I'm like, okay. I didn't think she was going to show up. But whatever. I went to the toy section. Lo and behold, she showed up.
Let's do this.
Then the next day, so she helped me, whatever. So the next day she came over, and we had gotten the kids, whatever. She came over and helped us put furniture together, rearrange our living room, do all that kind of stuff. Daddy watched the kids and did the laundry and something else. Did a couple things. She put all the furniture together. I cleaned up the boys' room, put the baby room, did all that. Got the hospital bags ready, whatever. So Sunday comes. We work on some more stuff around the house. No, she told me. She didn't just randomly show up. Like, it was planned. It's just the time wasn't set in stone or anything. So I talked to her, whatever. So Sunday comes. We go to a Squishmallow event, which, if you guys want, I'll show you the Squishmallows I got after my story time. Because I have not shown those yet. Because Daddy had off. So I did the Squishmallow event. He bought the kids a couple toys. Because we didn't really get to do anything for Corbin's birthday or my birthday like we were planning on it. Because we ran out of money. And we were supposed to do something. We were supposed to go to our big mall on Saturday, last Saturday, but with everything going on, that wasn't happening. So we did that, and Daddy had asked me to buy him a couple things that he wanted for the hospital. He wanted a drawing pad and some markers, or some calligraphy pens, because when Daddy gets sick or like in the hospital or whatever, Daddy gets really weird and gets into anime. I'm not really sure, because when he got COVID, he binge watched Bleach. So, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll give you the $10. Although it wasn't $10 because it has discount. No, you're fine. Actually, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back in just 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Gotta take a quick potty break. So, anyways, so what was I saying? Someone refresh me where I left off in my story. I think I was up to Sunday. Oh yeah, we were talking about Squishmallow event. Okay, so Sunday came. Hi. Sunday came in. So Sunday, Mommy had said she was going to the hospital with us. So 5 o'clock comes. I call the hospital. It's like, okay, make sure you eat dinner or whatever, because apparently I didn't know this, but I'm not allowed to eat from the time I got there until after the baby was born. I was stressed out. I was nervous. I ate a cheese sandwich. We went to... So they said, okay, you can come in at 7. And I called at 5. So Mommy comes over. We wait. We drop the kids off at their grandma's. Because Grandma was apparently supposed to be at her friend's house, their family friend, because I didn't know her car was in the shop, but she had his truck. Because they do the racetrack. They do 2 different racetracks. They do one on Friday and one on Saturday. And she didn't go to the one on Friday. Although it was Sunday, so I don't know. But anyways, it's not important. So, and then Daddy's sister, I guess, had picked up extra hours because she's the only one working right now. So she was working till 7, and I'm like, well, this is a problem. We need someone to watch them at 5. So it gave her an hour. So it gave her time to get home and everything, because they just moved. And he lives up in a trailer park, about a half hour from us. I mean, she still lives about 15 minutes or so from us, but... So we dropped the kids off. So Mommy followed us, whatever. We went and dropped the kids off. We got to the hospital by like 6:50. Get to the hospital by like 6:50. We're checked in, whatever. They do all the questions and blah, 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 blah. They checked my cervix. I was still only 3.5 centimeters dilated. Apparently I was having Braxton Hicks, but I didn't know. Because I'm a first-time mom. How would I know what a contraction feels like? And apparently what I thought was just the baby acting up apparently was Braxton Hicks. They told me they weren't going to induce me till midnight. So I'm like, if you're not going to induce me till midnight, why am I here at freaking 7 o'clock? So we hung out, whatever. Mommy had to go give her ex a ride. Whatever, I don't know what the situation is with that, but I don't even want to talk about that because that pisses me off. And whatever. So, midnight comes. Waiting for them to come induce me. Yeah, no. They didn't come in until 12:30 to induce me. They started Pitocin at 12:30. And really wasn't having contractions. Whatever, they kept checking me. By like 4 o'clock, I think it was like 4:30, they checked me again. I was only 4 centimeters dilated, not really having many contractions. Whatever. But they were noticing that the baby's heart rate kept dropping, so they had me keep turning, finding different positions. They took me off medicine, they put me on, like they were doing everything they could to try and raise his heart rate. Well, that was not a thing that was going to happen, apparently. Totally not a thing. Oh, and I did weigh myself. They did lie. I'm 137, not 147. I lost 10 pounds. I was going to say, there's no way that I'm losing the water and losing the baby, I would still weigh the same as when I went in. That's not even possible. Anyways. So, they called my doctor, and my doctor was like, yeah, we need to do a C-section. They came in and told me this around 5:30. They called the doctor. By 6, they're like, yeah, so you'll be in for a C-section within the next hour. And mind you, I had not seen the doctor yet the whole time I had been there. I'd literally seen the doctor maybe, yeah, and I saw the doctor the whole time I was in the hospital for maybe 2 hours. She came in, talked to me for a couple minutes about the C-section, did the C-section, and then I never saw, and then I'm not going to see her again until next week. And I have to go get my incision checked. So that's fun. And I have to go ask her about doing a circumcision. Because apparently the doctor has to okay that. Which is dumb. Because it's parents' rights, but I don't know. Whatever. So anyways. Can't stand any longer. So I was getting ready to go in. They asked who I wanted to go in because I could only have one person go in with me. Daddy said he was going to go in. I didn't realize Daddy had gotten no sleep. I had gotten maybe an hour and a half of sleep. And Mommy was the only one who got any sleep. I thought Daddy had slept a little bit. Apparently he didn't sleep at all. So that was good. So then he decided that Mommy was going to go in with me. Because he was overtired and he knew he was going to end up falling asleep during the middle of the surgery. I didn't want to create a big problem, whatever, which he did. He slept through the whole surgery. So, Mommy came in. So, yeah, I thought I was going to have the baby after 7 o'clock. Apparently, no. Because I thought the surgery was going to start at like 7. The surgery was supposed to be 2 hours. It only took about an hour and 45 minutes. I cried like a baby when they gave me the spinal tap to give me the numbing medicine, whatever. I cried through the entire thing. Apparently YB wants to put his 2 cents in. Nosy much? Say hi. Come say hi to our YouTubers. Say hi. Say thanks for watching my mommy on YouTube. So that was a thing. I was pissed. Like, I cried the entire time. Then I didn't even know they started the surgery. I felt some, like, weird tugging, and I thought they were just, like, trying to mark where they were doing. That's my male cat, YB. Both my cats are 2. They're a couple months apart. Her birthday's 9/11. His is 11/11. So I just assumed whatever. You know, they were just, like, prepping and whatever. And Mommy proceeded to tell me he's out, and I'm like, it didn't register right away till I heard him start screaming. And I'm like, wait, they already did this surgery? I mean, once he was out, though, I literally felt all the pulling and everything. That was so uncomfortable. But the first half of the surgery, I didn't even know happened. My shoulders were getting so sore because my arms were so short. I couldn't properly sit on the table very well. So that was cool. So, yeah. Needless to say, as of 6:50 on June 27th, my mom officially, for an early birthday gift, because her birthday was on the 28th, is now a grandma of 3 little boys. My dad is now a grandpa of 3 little boys. Daddy now has 3 little boys. Unless we count the fur babies. And he's got 5 boys and a girl. His mom now officially has four grandsons and an unbiological a step grandson and technically a step granddaughter, but she considers her full granddaughter, even though she's not biologically related. And yeah. So I was in the hospital from Sunday at like 6:50 till like 6:30 last night. I got out. Which yesterday was what? Wednesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Yesterday, because we got home in time for garbage night, which was nice. Because I was like, wait, I'm like, we missed garbage night, and then I'm like, wait, no, garbage goes out on Wednesday to get picked up Thursday. My bad. Because we had a lot of recycling. Unpacking his stuff. He was born 4 pounds, 7.1 ounces. So not only do I get to be a first-time mom, I also get to learn how to be a NICU mom. Which has been fun. I am officially a NICU mom. We had a whole disaster last night when we got home. Everything's been going pretty smooth, except for I did get a little bit of pneumonia while I was in the hospital. I didn't really have any symptoms other than I had a fever that spiked to 100.7, and I had a high heart rate. Other than that, I really didn't have any symptoms of that. Hopefully here shortly you guys will be able to meet him in the next couple weeks. I don't know if they're going to... I don't think he'll be in there. I think he'll be in there a max of 3 weeks because they might keep him until his original due date. But I don't see why they would. But a minimum of next week. I'm guessing he'll be home between the end of next week and the 17th. His due date. Which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. But last night I had a whole snafu where I came home, I had to pump because he wouldn't eat enough. My boobs were overfull. And I'd gotten a breast pump from our original next door neighbor before she moved out, and the new couple, and I guess their daughter, which I didn't know they had a daughter, moved in. Right now we have a couple with a teenage daughter and their dog. Before it was an elderly lady. I mean, he said elderly. She wasn't old. I think she was probably like my parents' age. Maybe a little older. Maybe in like her late 60s, early 70s. She had given me a breast pump that half worked. Then I had someone else in one of the free groups I'm in for my county give me a breast pump that didn't work at all. So I was in so much pain last night. I tried to put in a request from the doctor's office to get a breast pump, to get a prescription for a breast pump. They never put that through, which I was pissed about. Thankfully, my coworker came through for me. 3 of my coworkers. So my director had given a breast pump to one of our other coworkers before she started working at the daycare when she was just a parent. So she ended up asking her. So I ended up picking that up last night. Got that breast pump from her. She ended up giving me milk storage bags. She ended up giving me a bunch of tank tops and bras. 105 ounces of unused breast milk that she didn't use. She gave me a nipple shield that she said was barely used. She had sanitized, which was good because he refuses to eat without one. She gave me a couple other things. Can't remember what else was in there. She said she has some more nipple cream for me if I need it. A few other things. My other coworker, who had been out with COVID, which scared me because I did my COVID test on Saturday. And I was afraid I was going to test positive. Thank God I didn't. She gave me a breast pump, some storage bags, information on how to get a breast pump for free through my insurance. She gave me milk, or like these drink things, powder stuff to help me produce more milk. She gave me bags. It was a huge blessing. So as far as today goes, I don't even know what the hell time it is because I don't have my watch on.
It's 1:15.
Okay, it's 1:15, so probably before dinner, because I'm going to pump a couple more times. We'll go up, visit baby, go get the free stuff for him. Because I told the lady we would come pick that stuff up tonight because she took it off Marketplace. She got some pacifiers and that were never used, some clothes, a couple other things, some bottles and stuff. Oh, I got a bunch of bottles and stuff too. Hospital gave me a bunch of bottles. They gave me some storage bags. They gave me the labels for my milk. And that's going to be today. I don't know. And we'll just take it day by day. Because I'm not trying to go up for every feeding. Because right before I left, I think it was like 2 feedings. It was either the feeding before I left or 2 feedings before that. They had him on every 2 hours. They had upped his feedings and decreased his IV. So, yeah, I'm not trying to go up to the hospital every 2 hours. I can't physically do that. It's too much for me. And besides that, I mean, I've got other things too. Next Thursday, I have an appointment to get my incision looked at and to get him cleared for her to do his circumcision. To get that approved and filled out. Paperwork for that. And then we have a visit from one of our, I don't know what you call it. Guys know about Birthright. Well, I guess it's not really like Birthright. But one of our programs for mothers and babies. They're going to come do a home visit. They're required to or whatever. I have a onesie that they gave me too, and they have free stuff for him and whatever. They said they could do it before he came home or after. It didn't really matter. I was like, I don't really care at this point. And then in 6 weeks, I have to go to my postpartum check for her and with my OB and with the diabetes clinic. My director may possibly be stopping over, I think, tonight or at some point. Because she has to give me my disability paperwork so we can get that filled out. I had to talk to the hospital today because I guess there was a boo-boo with the birth certificate. Apparently I'm an idiot and can't read and didn't fill it out correctly. And then I couldn't remember where the frick I was born. Because I want to say where I was born is in the same city he was born. Because it's like right on the border. Because the hospital is like right on the border of the two, but I think it's technically the town that I used to live in. Or the city I used to live in before we moved here. The city I lived in my whole life. So I was like, yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh, I mean, it would have been the same answer as Daddy, because Daddy was born in the same hospital. He was the only one not born at the hospital the baby was born at. Which I didn't want him to be born at that hospital, but because I needed the NICU, that ended up working out really well. Because the other hospital doesn't have a NICU, so he would have had to been transferred. And I wouldn't have been able to see him the whole time I was in the hospital. So, because I went to the other hospital, I got to go upstairs for almost every feeding, except for one got cut short because of my heart rate and whatever. And then I had to skip a feeding because of the pneumonia. They wouldn't, till I knew what was wrong, I couldn't go up. And then, I had to miss a couple. And then I slept through, like, one feeding. I was so tired I couldn't keep my eyes open, couldn't function. So I didn't go, and the other one I slept through. Is there anything else we can... So that's where I've been. Any updates? If you guys want to see any... if you guys want to, I can show you my Squishmallows that I got. And I got another stuffed animal. He's currently upstairs in my bag. Because they have these little stuffed animals at Five Below. I don't know what they're called. They're from, like, I think the Russ brand. I have a duck from them, and then I got a little dragon that I took to the hospital with me. But I didn't use, like, any of my stuff I brought to the hospital. Barely. But I can share with you guys my squishy friends that I got. Because I went in for two or three specific Squishmallows. There was one from the series that I saw on the website that I hated. The pig one, so I'm like, I'm not getting it. There was another one, and then I wanted all the rest. The one I ended up hating in real life. The one they didn't show on the website that I ended up falling in love with that I wish I had gotten one for Mommy. Because Mommy loves penguins. Then... something else. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. And the one that I thought was going to be my favorite ended up not being my favorite. But, because I am going to have to get off here soon. Because I am. Actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'll be due, I think around 11:30, or around 1:30, 1:45. I'll be due to pump again. And I'll show you some of the other stuff, too, that I got. People gave me and the hospital gave me. That's too interesting, but... I'll show you my squishy friends. My squish friends. Oh, and I can show you this friend, too. I don't know if I've shown you guys. I think I did do a video about my creatures. But this is my newest one. Because the one I wanted got sold out before we got paid. This is my Hydra. Actually, no, this is not my newest one. My bunnies are. This is my red Hydra creature. Okay, so this one I did not get on Sunday. I got him a couple times ago. This is Bowden, I think his name is. Biden, something like that. Dragon with bubble tea. I love him. He's so friggin' cute. And here's the ones I got last time. So this is the one I wish I'd gotten for Mommy. This is Piper. As I mentioned, I did not get two out of the series. The pig and the avocado one. But this is Piper. This one is my favorite. Piper the pineapple. We've got a lemon, which I actually have another one that's a lemon. It's from the Best Friend series. The lemon and the orange. This is Karina. My little lemon friend. My little lemon. We've got Prince. Our little pug watermelon. We've got Simon, our sloth. What is this thing? Orange, right? This is an orange. Yeah. And then we've got two more friends. These I thought were going to be my two favorites. Because the three I really wanted were the watermelon, the sloth, or the watermelon, and then these two guys. We got Regina, the avocado. Super cute. And last but not least, we have, it's a doggy avocado. And last but not least, we got Ryan, the strawberry wolf. But anyways, guys, since everyone's officially stopped watching me, I'm gonna go. I might hop on another live real quick on my Facebook. Though I organize some of the stuff that was given to me before I have to pump again. Like I said, in a little bit, whenever Daddy's feeling up to it, after I pump, maybe once or twice more, we'll head up to the hospital, go visit, and we'll go grab the free stuff for him. And I have someone else that I used to go to high school with who had a preemie baby. She's coming in town for the weekend to drop off her stepdaughter. So she's going to bring me another pump, and she's going to give me a bunch of preemie stuff. So that'll be good. But anyways, I'm going to go. I will catch you guys on the